Let's start with what is the latest? I mean, you've seen the letter the minister has written to the board, which has in the past viewed this kind of interaction as interference. What is your stance on this?
Well, we've seen the letter, and we've also seen in the letter that the minister has made it very clear that she does not want to interfere in the SABC's business, but that she's concerned about the fact that there is an impasse between employee representatives and the SABC management in this. The board's response to that was that they don't believe that there is an impasse, that there is just that we are never going to agree with the SABC on the Section 189 process, which is of course not true, and that they are not going to reopen the Section 189 process. So that is in essence around this particular issue what's contained in the letters.
And what I find interesting, the minister calls for the minimizing of the impact of the retrenchment, but the board has always consistently held that when they submitted a plan to save the SABC from financial ruin, a turnaround strategy, that the undertaking to cut staff, that was part of it, and the ministry endorsed this. What is your sense around this? As in, is there transparency?
We don't believe that there is really transparency around that. I don't believe for one moment that the minister would, on the one hand, approve the cutting of jobs to this extent, and on the other hand, have approved a plan where people should be retrenched and laid off at the SABC. I think the intention was that there should be a turnaround plan, and that the SABC must jack up its revenue collection and to ensure and make other plans to save jobs at the SABC. If that is of course true, then we would be very disappointed in this entire process and the attempts to intervene on behalf of SABC staff.
So part of the suggestions made by the minister is having a mitigation plan, which she says must involve the allocation of financial resources, especially for upskilling and reskilling, training of affected employees, and that the plan should also include initiatives which could help assist in their redeployment, even suggesting that the communications and digital technology sector can absorb these staff members. Should there also be joint responsibility on the behalf of government? I say this because there's some who've said perhaps there should be a discussion with Treasury and look at if there can't be taxes which should be imposed to help alleviate the situation. What is your sense?
We have seen that proposal that came from the minister's side. The SABC did not really respond to that. They made a general statement that they will upskill people that is going to be placed in the organization, but at this point in time, or at least at the time when they wrote the letter, they were not even sure of how many people will at the end lose their jobs. So, and what those skill set will be. We also know that the minister asked for the skills audit, which the SABC replied that they have sent that previously, but that they will resend that particular skills audit, and that is of course the one that is flawed, that was not done properly on account of the consultant that was running the skills audit on behalf of the SABC now, and the SABC has also said that they don't know the skill sets of people that is going to remain or that's going to leave the SABC, and that is one of the complaints that we have. In respect of placing people in the sector, as I said, there was no direct response from the SABC board in that respect, and or at least we've not seen that in the letter of reply.
You have mentioned the fact that the SABC, in fact, it has also acknowledged the fact that while it continues with the Section 189 process to minimize the effect of retrenchments, it says, and also staff reduction, it will continue to be in consultation with Labour. What is the value of this if then the Section 189 process, which you've declared as unfair, continues?
Well, that's one of the issues that we have difficulty in understand. The board cannot say on the one hand that the Section 189 process has been closed, but then say on the other hand that they want to continue to consult on issues that was the subject of consultation at the time of the Section 189 process. If the SABC wants to consult on those issues, we have declared our willingness to be engaged. Those are issues that is not issues of consultation. Those are issues that the SABC has proposed at this point in time, which is a reduction of leave and sick leave and also the freezing of salaries of staff. That is a matter of negotiation. It is not a matter of only consulting on those issues, and we are prepared to consult or at least to negotiate with the SABC on that and consult on other issues like our proposals in respect of the reduction of salaries of the top 8 of the SABC, who earns 1.24% of the total salary bill of the SABC, and also the reviewing of their positions and other issues that we have proposed. So we are willing and we are ready to engage with the SABC.
We have run out of time, but I have to ask you this. I mean, you have said as a union that you're going to proceed to the Labour Appeal Court to challenge the Labour Court's dismissal and suspension of your application to declare the process unfair. But how confident are you that you will have a different outcome? The SABC certainly says they are confident that their arguments and the process undertaken is legally sound and that they won't be found wanting.
Yeah. You will never find a litigant in any party that will tell anyone publicly that they are not confident that they are right and that they are going to win. So equally, we are confident. We have until tomorrow to file that petition to the Labour Appeal Court. We are busy settling that, and in the words of our counsel, which is a different counsel than what we used before, Council is absolutely confident that the Labour Appeal Court will grant us permission to have the matter heard by the Labour Appeal Court. So we are confident.
And strike action will occur before then?
We are currently in conversation with all of the parties that should be involved in a strike at the SABC. So that is something that we have not finally decided on. It is definitely on the cards. When it's going to happen, it's something that we need to discuss.
Thank you so much. Hannes Buisson is president of Union Bemawu. An invitation was extended to the SABC, but it declined.